Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and boy, today we have some work ahead of us in regards to automation. So I hope you guys are ready. So today I want to start off by thanking today's sponsor, Surfshark. If you didn't know, Surfshark is a VPN service. Unlike other VPNs, they feature an unbeatable price without compromising your online safety and security. With Surfshark, you can watch your favorite Netflix shows no matter where you are, even if it's geo-restricted. Also, with travel restrictions being lifted and more of you start traveling, you might want to think about that public Wi-Fi you might be using and how safe your online data actually is. With Surfshark, you don't have to worry about your internet traffic, as it will be encrypted no matter what device you're on. So what are you waiting for? Protect yourself and gain your jaw-dropping VPN deal today and get 83% off plus 3 months when you use my link surfshark.deals/chosen and use my promo code chosen. Links as always found down in the description below. And again, I would love to say thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. Oh boy, what cool things can we get into today? That's literally what I think about every time I start a new video. I'm thinking about what will be cool that I can show you guys that I've learned or that I may be in the process of learning. Well, today, I think we can try out a couple of new mods, or a couple of mods I've seen that have been in here for a little bit. One being the camera mod, which is absolutely fantastic. And I just sort of discovered it. Like, I knew it was in here, I just really didn't know what it did. So let's take a look at what it does, because it could probably help you out if you're trying to decorate your house or whatever that may be. All we need is some paper. So we need a little bit of paper. That's going to be what, of course, we take pictures with. And if we go into the camera mod, I've already made these items, but they're super, super easy to make. You're going to go ahead and make yourself an album so you have a place to store your photos. And then I'm going to show you the image frame that you can use to display your photos. It's actually pretty cool. So if there's anything you would like to take a photo of, for example, I want to take a photo of this beautiful flower here. And you can see I can sort of zoom in. I can get a nice shot of this flower. Let me sort of line it up just so that crease is almost invisible. There we go. There's a beautiful shot of this flower. I want to take a photo. Now, what it did was it used up one of the pieces of paper, and now I have an image. I should be able to store that image inside here. And now I can actually view that photo. It's pretty cool, but not only can I view that photo if I take it out of here, I think you can share these with your friends too on servers. So if you have this on a server and you want to take a bunch of photos, you can like share this, but you can see the image is now in my hand of our in-game world. It's like actually taking a screenshot and then you have it in your world. What you can do is you can just place it on the wall, place an image frame on the wall, and then put this on it. And now you have that image being displayed in your world, which is pretty cool. Now, I haven't tried it on like other stuff, like an actual item frame. I don't know if an item frame would display it or display it properly. No, it does not. But it does like hold the item, but that is not exactly what you want. You want to use the image frame from the mod, and bam, you can place this on here. Now, I don't know if you can make more image frames. I didn't try that. Like make multiples of them and make it larger. Does that work? Or is it always going to be that size? Always going to be that size from the look of it. Interesting though. Like, still, that's pretty cool. Like being able to share like to have screenshots in game is pretty cool. So you can take like memories and have yourself like a little, almost like a memory area set up in memoriam of, what you have going on in your world. That's pretty cool. Now, before we get into the big mod stuff today that I want to do, because I want to get automation set up for Supremium. And then I think next episode, we're going to dabble a little bit in Nature's Aura, which is a mod that I have not touched. So I need to learn a little bit about that mod. It does have a guidebook, but it does take like you actively learning through it. And it does have sort of a lorified, I guess you can call it lorified book that kind of pushes you through it. But I wanted to talk about this because this is pretty simple. It's a culinary station. We should have made it a long time ago. Of course, at the moment, I'm not super worried about food, but this has some pretty hilarious things that you can make with it. Like, I don't know, a full sandwich made of nether stars. So let's grab some wheat. We can just simply make some bread. And that's like the main premise of this. And we can take carrots or whatever we want, fish. It could be raw, I think, as well. We can have golden carrots. We might even be able to put the Aldemodium carrots in there. And we just add potatoes, whatever else we want. There's a sweet potato. just any types of food and steak and like cooked food and like cooked rat. There we go. We can probably add some cookies as well. Some cooked pork chop, and how about some cooked mutton? We have just about everything, and cooked chicken, right? So what can we do with this? Well, we can create ultimate sandwiches. I'm not talking like any sandwich. I'm talking about the best sandwich you've ever had in your life sandwich. I know, it sounds awesome. I understand. So what we can do is in here, we put our bread, I believe, right there. We can name our sandwich, and in here we can put whatever we want. So if we want to have a whole cookie, we can have a quadruple cookie sandwich. You can see it tells us it's a light snack and it's bland. And that's how it's going to be. So you want to improve this thing. So maybe throw some cookies. Let's throw some cooked rat in there. Maybe some cooked chicken. How about a little bit of fish and an all-the-modium carrot? And yes, we have a light snack, and this is still called delicious. I wonder what it takes to get this out of a light snack. Man, throwing that all-the-modium in there, I guess makes it delicious. No, it's already delicious even before then. We can throw that in there. But yeah, there's some crazy stuff you can do. Like if you make it an entire sandwich of all-the-modium, it is supposed to give you the effects of all of that. So there we go. We have another delicious sandwich. And how about we just make one that's entirely all rat? It's pretty bland. What if we throw a cookie in there? It's average. What if we throw all the modium in there? It's still average. So you kind of want to separate like what's in between. So maybe you do rat on both ends, and then you do golden carrots on the inside. So you have this is a tasty snack. We have rats on the outside. And yeah, you could name it, by the way. You could name your sandwich whatever you want. And you can see it made 7 of them, because that's how much, how much I guess it makes. So that's quite a bit of food, and will fill you up. As you can see, it says no noticeable effects, because some of the stuff can give you effects. I don't know how many nether stars. I did kill quite a few withers on, okay, so I have 3. I killed quite a few withers on the live stream. We were actually using withers as TNT, so that was pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and try this. Let's do nether stars in the center. At least maybe. Can we do that? Nether stars? Oh, nether stars won't let me place them in there. What? Is there something else that I'm supposed to be putting in here? Because you used to be able to put nether stars in here. That's actually one of the sandwiches. I guess not. That would have been really nice. Maybe, I don't actually know. We're supposed to be a way to do it. So as you can see, it is a thing, but I can't make it. And as you can see, eaten, no noticeable effect. Some things do give you effects though. I think like this right here would give you like some sort of effect. For some reason, nether stars show up as a recipe, but it's not a thing. But this should help you, like go through, like you can make all kinds of different sandwiches, and that would help gain more health on your health bar, because every different thing you eat helps gain you more hearts. So technically we could get there. Also, as far as hearts go and becoming incredibly overpowered, we could always craft heart canisters from cyclic. This might be something we do here soon, because this isn't actually too difficult to make. We can make these like pretty straight. Of course we have a few, but like, yeah, like arcane gold from Forbidden Arcanus is not super difficult to make to get those hearts. And cake is easy, emeralds are easy, poison potatoes are super easy, rabbit stew, like all of this is pretty simple to get. So yeah, extra hearts may not be a problem, but I want to go ahead and get some automation done. I noticed, so all the mod has some things in the works, right? Some creative items that are being created for this pack. And I've kind of gotten to see a little bit of what's going to be required for that. And kind of to get into preparation for that, a lot of stuff that's going to be required is going to be like a couple of mods that I haven't done yet, which is Pneumaticraft. That's probably going to be one major thing. So we definitely need to do Pneumaticraft, which is in here. You surprisingly don't have to go too far in Pneumaticraft, just sort of get into the base crafting of stuff. And then we also need a lot of essence. So the best way to do that, I have all of my rats, I think 7 rats here, that are on this bad boy, on this harvester. And then all I got to do is crank this on, and we have essence for days, right? I think I sat here for less than 30 minutes and I had like 35,000 essence stored up. So I need to get this stuff auto crafted so I can leave it running and I don't have to worry about it, because that's the problem. I don't want 30 something thousand essence building up and seeds building up, and then bam, my storage system's full and I'm like, man, I should have set the auto crafting up for this. So to do the auto crafting, I don't want to do it necessarily directly in refined storage. I think I want to do it in RF tools and have RF tools do it, because RF tools can craft really, really fast. And we should put that probably right over here. So as far as setting up the auto crafting for this, we need to think about a couple of things. We need to think about the input and the output of this machine, and also where we're going to power it. I'm thinking on top, I'm just going to go ahead and place a node on top. That is going to be probably the best way. It's not going to be the prettiest thing in the world, but it will work. We're not going to be using a regular crafter. However, we are probably going to step things up and use the advanced exporters, though. There are some exporters and importers that are new to the refined storage mod. That is an add-on. So we got to think about the add-on mods as well. I think it's called extra crafting, this right here. So we have an advanced exporter. I want to try this out. And then we also have an advanced importer. I think both of those are going to have like more slots for doing stuff, but they should also be faster, relatively faster, if they're anything like the crafters over here. And faster is better, in my opinion, when it comes to this setup we're going to have, because we have a lot of items that are going to be spewing in here. And we need a way to keep up. Now, getting the items, that's going to be pretty simple. I think the best setup solution for this, though, is to define what we want to go in, because we already know that we want a constant flow of all of the inferium essence to go into here. And yeah, so that's pretty much all we need. So we need to set up an inferium all the way to Supremium. I don't think I want to go past Supremium, but I am going to need to go there. And then I also need to figure out, can it get away with just using a single crystal? So Mystical Agriculture uses this for the crafting, but I don't know if it needs more than one of them, because I know Refined Storage would, Applied Energistics would need more than one of them. It'd pretty much need one for each individual craft, so I probably need to set it up so that way there is at least one for each individual craft, so that way they can all go at once, so we don't just sit here and then eventually inferium builds up and it doesn't have the crystal to be able to work. So we probably just want to make sure that it has enough to use at all times. And we also need to make sure that when it uses it, it knows where to put this, so it puts it back into this. It's very important. This crafter can do a lot of stuff, but we have to make sure we tell it what it needs to do. So what I have set up in here should be just about everything we need to set up the auto crafting. The only thing I have yet to do is basically put cobblestone everywhere else, because that's what I usually use as a buffer, like a way to actually close off all the stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's place cobblestone, at least one in every other slot. It's like that. Actually, cobblestone doesn't really need to go down here. We can have whatever we want there. But this is what I want. And I need to hit the remember right here. So that way, even if I take out the cobblestone, you can see it's remembering that that only cobblestone can go here. Same for all these slots here. It's saying, okay, I know that only Master Infusion Crystals can go here. You can see I have 5 of them. I don't think I'm going to need 5 of them, but I will show you how I want to set this up. So you see right here, all items and input slots are consumed. That is not going to be true. It says keep 1 item in every inventory slot. I probably want to do that, but you don't have to. You can have it, honestly, input. I'm probably going to leave it, actually, do that. And this right here is results of crafting operation will go to the output buffer. I need to have it take the, let's see, requests operation go to the output buffer, but remaining items like buckets will stay in inputs. That's what I need right there. So right here should maintain this. And since this kind of works like a bucket where it goes back and forth, that should hopefully be what we need to set up. Now, this is for the first recipe, and we need to specify what that craft is going to be. So I just apply it here, and we should be good to go. So that's our first setup. Our next setup is going to be exactly the same in how it is done. We want this to go here. It says the crafting operation will go to the output buffer, but remaining items like buckets will stay in the input. Actually, I think we want everything will go to the, we want everything to go to the input. What am I talking about? We want everything but the last operation to do that. So we actually want this to be in the input as well, because we want the craft to go here. What am I'm telling you guys all wrong already. All right. So the next one is going to be the same process over again, except this time we do it correctly. We have this go to the input. Same for this one. Hopefully all this works, because if not, we could do it another way, and I have no problem doing it. Let's go ahead and set this way up. I just want to make sure that this way works first before we do anything else, because this is honestly one of the easier ways to automate this inferium essence. All right, so this last one, that's where I want this to happen, because I want this to go to the output over here, and I want this to go into our system. So if I hit apply, we should have this automated. Now, all we got to do is give this some power. So let's give it our point. And with our point, we don't have to worry about it. Even though we changed our system last episode, we don't really have to worry about too much when it comes to our system. I need to get more obsidian, by the way. Luckily, we have huge pillars of obsidian in the end. Yeah, I'm so glad that I set the networks like this so I don't have to really worry about it. We still select the giver or life giver one. Believe me, that was named during the live stream, which reminds me, I still got to go over some of the stuff that we did during the live stream. We'll do that towards the end of the video, but let's go ahead and I guess try this out. All we got to do is take some inferium and hope that we can go ahead and manually put it in here and it craft. Okay, and it's crafting, and then it crafted the Supremium, and all of our crystals are still in here. That's what I wanted to make sure would happen. Now, let's set this to fast mode, and that should go even faster. And like I said, this is insanely fast in crafting. And now all we got to do is get our brand new importers and exporters on this thing. Now for this, I need to import into the back. We also have another machine that we also need to automate today as well. But let's grab the inferium, because that's all we need to worry about. And there we go. We should be able to pop this down here. And in the back, we're going to be importing, right? Importing, we're going to be exporting. So we need to use our exporter to export out of the system. You can see we have more slots. Like I said, I hope this is faster. It says extract mode. What does extract mode mean? Extract mode. Oh, exact mode. Wow, my brain. So this is what we want to send. I'm going to go ahead and do stack upgrades and then also 3 max speed upgrades to make this as fast as possible. And then we need to get our cable, just line our cable down here. And then of course in the bottom, that is going to hook in. And then all we have to do is send our cable this way. And then this should automatically start working. Wow. Now I'm noticing it's not exporting. There it goes. So we need to put our upgrades in there. And then now that should export as fast as possible. So now I can turn my machine on, right? No, I wish I could, but I cannot just yet because there's still some things that I need to do. We need to figure out what to do with the massive amounts of seeds, the inferium seeds that we're getting. And luckily there is a way that we can sort of do that. So to take our seeds and actually, get rid of them, or I guess convert them into a usable source, we need to use something called the seed reprocessor. Yes, this is going to be the machine that we need. It is going to require Solium. Yeah, it's like a whole other process, but we do have everything to be able to make this. So like, it's not like it's something that's super crazy. I believe this is also what you would use to, like the Solium ingot is what you would use to make the Solium dagger, which is how you would make seeds that were, that get you like mob drops, like things from withers and other stuff like that. So this is not a hard thing to make, even though I'm kind of having a hard time understanding why it would require Solium. But that's not the only thing it requires. Is a machine frame, which is from here, and these 2 hose, of course, and then we have a seed reprocessor. Now, each upgrade is just going to require the materials itself. So not too bad, even though inferium, of course, we have that set to autocraft. So what I need to do is actually turn this off, set it to redstone mode, on to activate. That way it's not on, and we can actually get some inferium from our farm. Of course, we could probably throw it in our seed reprocessor at the moment. But yeah, I need enough of this material to kind of upgrade through the ranks. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all upgraded. It's just going to be a lot of crafting, but I really want to get all the way up to the Supremium one because that's going to be the fastest. And last but not least, the Supremium seed processor. Okay, so after all of the crafting, which it honestly wasn't super bad, I want to see how fast this actually is. So I'm going to place this, I guess, does it even need power or does it run off of coal? It runs off of coal. Interesting. I wonder if this, well, probably not. I was going to say, I wonder if that works, but we can just feed this thing coal. I have no problem doing that, even though I wish it ran off of power. But coal, let's see. Throw some of that in there. How are we really running? I guess we have it set to auto craft. That makes sense. So throw some coal in there and let's throw a stack of these seeds in there and just see. Yeah, that's actually pretty reasonable as far as speed goes. That's reasonable. It is going to use up a bit of coal, but once we get the seeds sort of down, it's not going to be as much of an issue. Interestingly enough, since that is bound to that, does this work as an infinite coal source? No, it does not work in other machines. I was wondering if it did. That would be really nice if that was the case, but of course it's not. Okay, so to set this one up, it's going to be pretty similar to this. I'm actually going to move it right here, and it's basically going to be the same thing. We're going to have the input, except for the input on this is going to be two separate things. I hope that I can input coal in. I guess we can input into the side. I hope I don't have to input into the top. If I do have to input into the top, that is going to make it a little bit uglier over here, but it's just something I guess I will have to deal with. But hopefully I can input both things into the back, the seeds and the coal, and we can export from the bottom. That's going to be the goal. So since we have a way of actually crafting coal, we need to make sure that where I have my coal in my exporter, it also has a crafting upgrade so that way it can also craft. Now, I'm not worried about my coal running out, so I'm not going to put any upgrades in there. The export definitely needs some speed upgrades. I'm going to throw the max speed upgrades in there. Don't really need stack upgrades for this. However, stack upgrades definitely needed for that. And then we also need another exporter that is going to go on the top because I did test it out. And yes, it doesn't do exactly what I was hoping, which allows me to do both. So I do have to put seeds in on the top, but it gives me a little bit more space because there's some other seeds that I would probably like to get in here as well that have just been building up. You can see we have coal seeds and other things. It just will end up giving us more essence over time. So yeah, this should end up working. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it does give us that extra little boost, and when it would just go to waste and just waste storage space. So pretty nice to be able to have that done. I'm going to go ahead and get this all fixed up. Did I go ahead and put this? I put the speed upgrades here. Speed upgrades definitely need to go into here. That might make that a little bit faster. There we go. That is definitely a lot faster. And yeah, I'm just going to decorate this and get it looking back to the way it should, where it's nice and white like everything else over here. So of course, as I mentioned earlier, I do want to show you the project that we've been working on with the live stream and kind of give you an update of some of the other projects that I've been working on. Now, if you didn't know, I do live stream on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays. You can usually find me around that time. Sometime around 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, sometime in there, like PM. Central Standard Time is usually when I start, and I usually live stream till about 6 or so PM. So you gotta kind of catch me in there. If not, you can always find my VODs on my secondary channel, which is youtube.com/ChosenLive. I do have a channel over there if you'd like to subscribe to that. You can of course find all those links down in the description below. Now, this is the project that we're working on for quite a while, and of course I'm still in this area. I managed to get my villagers in these little villager huts during the last live stream. So that way we can kind of, store our villagers in a safe place, kind of rank them up. I also needed one for name tags, as we do a lot of name tagging during the live stream, which is kind of funny. We also worked on this just a tad bit more. As you can see, I've got the upgraded statue here. This is an interesting mod, and I'm kind of curious to see what the future brings to this this mod here, and see what new things unlock. It's got a lot of possibilities, but this is just one small area. I also decided to put some iron golems in here, even though they appear to be just not functioning. They get stuck in this little area right here. I need to fix this little waterfall. But overall, this build is quite nice. I really like it, and this is what we've been working on. I wanted it to be like a really dead area around, which is super gray, and lead into this super bright area. Also, we have this walk tunnel that you can, of course, we can walk from the top and spin around it and everything. And I still don't know if I'm completely done with this area or not. I wanted these to look like they were like almost like reaching in to this area, or being pulled out. Either way, depends on how you want to look at it. But I think we got away with all the colorful stuff. But this is just one thing that we started working on. The other build that I'm currently doing during the live stream is actually over here. Let me show you two different places. So we have one thing that I did before we get to the build. We also have to go here into the end and show you that I have this running in the end right now. This was something that you need to set up to be able to get mica. You need this to either be in the end or in the nether. The end is just easier, but chunk loading in this dimension is a little bit more difficult. I have this guy in here, but I don't even think he's chunk loading anymore. So I got to figure out the chunk loading situation on this. And of course, this, the power source lets you chunk load, but technically it doesn't, as you can see. So, but yeah, I have this here. Let's go to the place that I was actually building, because we're building in the nether, right? I wanted to do some sort of nether build. So we are in a glowstone gardens, and this is currently what I'm working on. So where we left off last was me getting ready to place down a floor before we start building like buildings and stuff. And so I built the landscape out, and I built these like nice little structures here that have lanterns hanging from them. I'm using the mangrove, which looks really good here, I think. And I'm going to continue this through here, but of course this is going to be all patterned out. We're going to have some stuff going on over here. Probably have some barter trade areas, so that way we can barter with guys and just kind of make a nice little area for the beautiful nether that exists in this. So there's still some work left for me to do. I'm going to be working on that as of the day of me recording this video, which is Friday. You guys are going to be watching this on Saturday. So if you want, you can always go over to my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/ChosenArchitect, and catch up on that VOD. That VOD will be published there first. But like I said, I do have that secondary channel where it will eventually be posted on there as well. I'm going to hopefully have everything linked in this playlist as well. So if you want to catch up on past VODs and stuff, they will be in this playlist, and hopefully be in the order from which they were done. So you can kind of catch up on some of the back end stuff. It's almost like when we live stream, it's almost like behind the scenes, really. It's really exactly what it is. It's the behind the scenes. It's a lot of stuff that I would be doing off camera normally, and I've been trying to expand that to the live stream, which has been working out really well. A lot of the stuff that allows these videos to be done so clearly and so well is because of all that off-camera work and that work that is prepped beforehand. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Anyways, we got to give thanks to today's Patreon. That thanks is going to go... Man, I can never spell this right. That thanks is, of course, going to go to Kool-Aid Kid. Thank you so much for being a Patreon, and man, do I appreciate you guys. If you are interested in becoming a Patreon yourself, of course, you can find that linked down in the description below. Tell you what, that description, man, it's got a lot of cool stuff down there. People should probably check it out more. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, if you did, be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up, and also click that subscribe button. I can't believe we have managed to get over 400,000 subscribers, and boy, we are pushing through strong. Man, road to 1 million, right? That's a goal of mine that honestly I never expected to be a goal of mine. So anyways, the more you share this video, of course, the more people will get to see it and the more potential subscribers we may gain. So if you would, share this video if you did enjoy. And guys, I hope to see you, of course, in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.